The price of Tesla shares just increased for a second day in a row. Shares of the company increased by 1.6, bringing his two-day gain to around 7%. Since the vehicle manufacturer reported lower than expected deliveries for the third quarter of the year, along with the ostensibly underwhelming Tesla AI Day, Tesla has been on a downward trend, sharply declining. However, since Tesla asserts that it anticipates increased production value in the upcoming months, the company's price is beginning to rebound. Hey guys, glad to see you back. Tesla shares, without a doubt, Tesla is one of the most valuable companies in the world at the moment. However, Tesla has had to deal with persisting supply chain risks and a slowing economy, much like the world's leading automakers. Despite the fact that Tesla appears to have no competition in the EV business, the company's financial performance and stock price have all been negatively impacted at some point by rising competition and declining order backlogs. There are doubts as to whether the manufacturer has survived the difficult times, or if there will be other instances of a falling stock price in the future. Is Tesla's worst really behind them? Let's investigate. But first, if you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe to get the latest updates on everything Tesla related. Oh, and make sure notifications are enabled. After the business reduced the price of some of its products in China, Tesla's stock fell. They saw a market decline of more than 1%. In China, the pricing of the car company's Model 3 and Model Y models have been drastically reduced. The new price reductions may partially undo some of the price increases that the automaker was obliged to implement earlier this year in China and the US due to increased raw material costs in one of the industry's most crucial markets. According to the decrease in the pricing of Tesla's vehicles in China following the price cut, the beginning price of the Model 3 sedan was lowered to $36,615, and the price of the Model Y was lowered to $39,000. It's possible to think that the auto industry is having issues with demand. The fact that Tesla is facing increased competition from domestic companies like the Warren Buffett-backed BYD, as well as upstarts NIO and Xibang in China adds to these worries. However, it may not be enough to base a demand issue on a decrease in the prices of these cars. As growing raw material costs hurt these businesses, other manufacturers of electric vehicles increased their pricing. Similarly, the Chinese economy continues to experience difficulties, particularly in light of the severe COVID-19 rules that continue to have an impact on retail sales. Therefore, rather than a problem with demand, if Tesla has advanced to the point of cutting car pricing, it should indicate that it has a great deal of logic control over its finances. Automakers have undoubtedly struggled to keep up with car production and sales during the current recession. Musk also wanted to mention that Tesla is experiencing tremendous pressure from inflation in the areas of raw materials and logistics. The price reductions appear to have occurred after Musk claimed to have detected signs of a Chinese recession. However, there is no reason to be concerned at this time. In fact, Tesla anticipates a massive sales demand in the year's final 3 months. The automaker intends to significantly increase global production of its best-selling Model and 3 electric vehicles in the fourth quarter, and to ramp up production at its new factories in Austin and Berlin that will open up the following year. Elon Musk has said that if Tesla's production prediction is met, it will put the automaker on track to accomplish its target of output in the ensuing quarter and bring Tesla near to the size of German luxury manufacturer BMW by the end of the following year. Musk noted that this is the first time he has flawless potential, and that he has created a way for Tesla to one day be worth more than Apple and Saudi Aramco put together. However, since these important fundamentals are not reflected in Tesla's stock price, and someone else has suggested a share buyback might not be a good way to increase the company's stock prices, well, maybe it really could be most agreed that Tesla could repurchase up to $10 billion worth of its shares next year, although maybe Tesla is already doing this. Recent legislation known as the Inflation Production Act of 2022 added a 1 excise hex on share buybacks that start after December 31, 2022. The volume of stock buyback transactions was not anticipated to decrease as a result of the implementation of the stock repurchase tax. Since Tesla will have to spend more on shared buybacks next year, the tax will mostly be seen as an additional execution expense. The manufacturer might employ a buyback sooner than anticipated. If Tesla can successfully complete a share buyback this year, it will strengthen the already positive fourth quarter. The remainder will result in a high share price for Tesla and increased earnings for its investors, even though many people will be negatively impacted by the recession. Tesla anticipates year-over-year increase of 50%. Moving ahead, The automaker has said that it will increase deliveries at a rate of almost 50% compounded annually, although many could argue that there is a demand issue in light of Tesla's September deliveries, which will make up more than two-thirds of the quarter's deliveries. Musk has also reaffirmed that the company will have an excellent fourth quarter of this year. While it may be argued that Musk is saying this to try and boost the company's stock, it may just be real and hopeful. Tesla will probably still have a final push at the end of Q4. Let's just say that Tesla became too large and ran out of transportation options in the third quarter. Musk stated that Tesla is concentrating on the highest level and that the automaker will grow at a 50% annual growth rate. However, he did not specify how much he knew about this. It's also important to note that even though Musk projects 50% growth for the foreseeable future, this is likely a production aim rather than a delivery target. This is because Tesla is attempting to spread out deliveries so there isn't a rush at the end of each quarter. One thing is certain. Even though Tesla's fundamentals remain unchanged and the automakers continue to post industry-leading sales and revenue numbers, which are frequently what defines its long-term viability, it is also making progress with these 4680 battery cells. They provided an update on these new battery cells, and it also seems to be lessening reliance on the new cell, according to the update. Assuming they can ramp it up to full volume manufacturing, the 4680 battery cells will have a significant impact on Tesla's expo-directed 50 growth rate. Tesla might produce up to 35 million vehicles by 2030 if it can grow at a rate of 50%. This also heavily hinges on Tesla's upcoming vehicle, which will probably be either the Roadster, which will eventually be a van, or a little train taxi to a Cybertruck. Additionally, Tesla will have a highly distinctive sample of manufacturing processors that can be implemented on a bigger scale if its FSD is widely adopted. Tesla has set a lofty target of producing 2.1 million cars by 2023. This may seem like a lofty goal given that the business still needs to survive the challenging market conditions, but Musk told investors last quarter that he hoped to increase Tesla's production to 40,000 vehicles per week by the end of the year, so it's not completely impossible. If we multiply this by the annual production rate of 2.1 million vehicles, we arrive with a number that is little under 2.1 million. Tesla will produce more automobiles than Audi and will be comparable to BMW, which produced 2.5 million vehicles in 2017. Tesla would have at least a 35% sequential growth rate throughout the first 3 quarters of 2023 if it ramped up to 500,000 or more vehicles in Q4. Tesla plans to build 1.6 million cars, which would put it on track to sell more than 2.1 million EVs in the upcoming year. Do you believe Tesla will accomplish that goal? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. And while you're here, click the next video to the right of this one to see what Tesla has been up to recently. Hello there.